A local organization is paying people who are addicted to alcohol or drugs not to get pregnant.
Most people take prenatal vitamins when they're pregnant. Me, I would take a hit of crack and a sip of beer.
Tonight, 9 investigates prevention or coercion.
This is about preventing child abuse.
It's basically 21st century eugenics.
We've been investigating this story for months since we first spotted this car along I-77. Since then, Channel 9's Evan Donovan has spoken with former clients, the program's founder, and her biggest critics.
In the past 12 years, life has slowed down a lot for this suburban mom of 3.
The longest I've stayed out was 11 days. I'm not stopping until I'm stopping.
I'm sorry, Tina, did you say you were up for 11 days in a row?
Yes. And I slept for 2 days after that.
Tina Boyd says she became addicted to cocaine in 1997
I was always trying to replace her.
after losing a baby girl during childbirth.
It's like I'm empty. So I just filled it with drugs. I mean, I'm in the bathroom like that, like some kind of rat or something. You don't even look human. I started tricking.
In the grips of drugs and prostitution, she got pregnant again and used throughout her pregnancy.
Baby's head is almost out completely. And I'm still trying to do it. Still trying to get high.
Tina had to give up that son. She lost and regained all 3 of them at some point. She eventually entered a program for pregnant mothers who use drugs.
And I'm asking them if they can help me find a place to go. And they're like, we don't know about that, but there's this lady that gives you money if you get birth control. And I was like, what?
These kids are just born with the cards stacked against them.
Barbara Harris is that lady.
We traded the RV for this.
She runs an organization based in Harrisburg that pays people with addiction issues to go on long-term birth control or get sterilized.
Advertising everywhere we go.
The message of Project Prevention has never been subtle.
I mean, it gets the word across. The license plate says send us money.
We don't allow dogs to breed, we spay them.
They don't just have 1 and 2 babies, they have litters.
Controversy has surrounded the project and Barbara since she launched it nearly 30 years ago.
The first person was actually a girl named Sharon, and she had 13 children, and they were all in foster care. People need to understand this isn't just about the baby.
Project Prevention offers men or women using drugs $300 for a vasectomy or tubal ligation, $75 to $125 for an IUD or long-term injection. Barbara Harris says potential clients have to prove they have a drug problem, whether through arrest records or court documents. Then they come to a doctor's office or health clinic like this one, where the procedure is typically free.
First of all, what percentage would you say are women versus men?
Oh, probably 95% women.
Really?
Yeah.
What percentage of them would you say were already mothers?
Well, I don't know if I'd call them mothers because they don't have their children, but they've given birth.
You would say that
There's more to being a mother than giving birth. It's my opinion. Everybody that's had a tubal ligation has had 3 to 13 children before doing so. And it's reversible. But the damage they do to these children, that's not reversible. We've had women that had 15 abortions, 1 person. So we prevent abortions as well.
There are some people who also push back on what you do, saying, look, these people are not irredeemable, that they can quit, they may even become great parents someday.
I've heard that many times. It's a gamble. I'm not willing to gamble with the lives of innocent children. These women are grown. They made a decision to use drugs. It was their choice, but the babies don't have a choice. My children didn't have a choice to use drugs for 9 months before they were born.
With 6 kids already in their blended family, Harris and her husband adopted 4 children from the same mother, all of whom were born dependent on drugs.
When Destiny was born, she tested positive for crack, PCP, and heroin. When we brought Isaiah home, he would shake uncontrollably. That was when I grew angry, because I don't think anybody has a right to do that to a child.
Why not take the extra step and pay them to go to treatment?
We don't tell people that are feeding the hungry to go and do something else, and my one goal is to get women who are using drugs or alcohol on long-term birth control, and that's our focus. That's what we do.
It's coercion, it's basically 21st century eugenics, and the prey in this situation is vulnerable women who will do something so severe for $300.
Beth Ockerbloom is with Queen City Harm Reduction, an organization that helps people use drugs safely and helps them enter treatment if and when they're ready.
I understand it better than probably most, but the thing about it is that does not justify, coercing women into making permanent decisions and impacting their bodily autonomy. It's not autonomy anymore if you're financially incentivizing making personal choices about their body.
If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem, because most, if not all of these people who are standing against what I do, they're not willing to adopt any children. They're not even willing to foster any children. We've saved billions of dollars, billions of taxpayer dollars, because some of these children, it costs millions of dollars to keep them in the foster care system, especially the ones that are born with physical and emotional problems.
The benefit to taxpayers is mentioned over and over and over, with inflated numbers about how much it costs to get a child off drugs. And as someone who has watched that process from start to finish with participants, because I do stay and support, it's not accurate. It just seems personal. It doesn't seem really like the mission is to protect everyone involved.
And I do care about the life of the mother, because this is regret that she won't have one day. So would I want my daughter to give birth to 8 children that were taken away from her? No. Obviously I didn't. That's why she got on birth control. But
Taylor is one of the 4 children Barbara adopted from the same mother.
I did not want to give birth to a drug-addicted baby like my mother did to myself.
So I paid her to get the next plant on in her arm so that she wouldn't get pregnant.
I would do anything for my child. I would stop doing drugs for my child like that if I could, whenever I was using. But it's not that easy. It's just, it's a mind thing.
Are you hopeful now that Taylor will be a mother one day?
She is a mother. She has a little girl who's 9. Taylor lost custody, but she's gonna get her back.
No matter how far someone has gone, I don't think that this is forever. They're in this place of more chaotic drug use. It doesn't mean that they never deserved to be parents, because again, this is not the rest of their life, is my hope.
It hasn't been the rest of Tina's life. She told me she's been clean for 12 years now. Her 2 youngest sons live with her. They also live with the life she left behind. How are they developmentally? I'm sure you must have regrets at some point.
Oh my God, yes. Are you kidding? Who am I to hurt a baby that didn't do anything? That is just trying to live and grow inside you. Their lives are forever changed because of me. And they don't deserve that.
Project Prevention says it gets referrals from across the country, including from a program at the University of Washington for pregnant and parenting mothers with substance abuse disorders. It's where they get many of them from right now.
Yeah. Evan, you said that this is a nonprofit group. Where do they get their funding from?
All private donations. Barbara Harris says it started 30 years ago with a family law attorney who gave her $400. Once word spread about the project, she says she got some rich donors. Jack Taylor, who was the former founder of Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Richard Scaife, a conservative billionaire, and the wife of Aldous Huxley, the author of Brave New World. And by the way, Erica and Scott, I just heard from Barbara Harris. She told me she got a call from a man about a half an hour ago who says he saw the previews for this story and reached out because he wants to get a vasectomy.
Okay, so a lot of opinions on both sides, but certainly some supporters.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.